Alright, so welcome back, guys. This is the Forex Crypto Hub. Welcome to our weekly market forecast. As usual, we are going to start with sentimental analysis. And for sentimental analysis, we are going to use my FX book. We are going to use my FX book for sentimental analysis. Then we go to where we have community, and then we go to sentiment. Under community, we look for sentiment. So we drag it down there. We're going to see that the first one here is Euro USD. You can see we have 43% of traders are on sales while 57% are on buys. So in this case, we will look for the ones on sales and join them. The second currency you can see is GBPUSD, and for this one you can see the percentages are almost the same, because we have 52% and 48%. So there's a probability that this coming week we are going to experience a consolidation on GBPUSD. Last week it happened, so we might experience the same this coming week. For USDJPY, you can see we have 76% of traders being on sales, while while 24% are on buys. Whereby in the last week we had 23% being on buys, and sales was 77%. And if you observed well in the course of the week, you saw that the buys were ruling the week. So this week we are going to look for, or we are going to continue to look for for buys on the USDJPY. So from there, we can check on other pairs, and in this case we can look on let's check on gold. The rest you can check on them during your own time. You can check on the rest during your own time. I have been showing you how to check on these sentiments. I've been showing you on how to look on them. So here is gold. Here is gold. So on gold you can see we have 44% of traders being on sales, while 56% are on buys. Yes, I've had someone trying to speak. Kindly, you can just let me know. So you can see for gold, sales are or sellers are 44%, while buyers are 56%. So in this case, in this case, I can expect sellers to continue ruling out the week. So we can wait and see what happens in the course of the week. So I expect sales to continue on gold. So that is it on sentimental analysis, guys. So we can check on now fundamental analysis, and that one we are going to check on my, sorry, not my, but by at the Forex Factory. We are going to use Forex Factory. So you can see Yemen's Houthis launched Israel strike the first time since the US-Israel war began. So you can see the war is still on. The war is still on, though it seems to have cooled down last week, but because of the weekend, you have seen some news coming up. So yeah, let's see how things are going to be this coming week. If things escalate, we are going to know, and we will know on how we are going to react to the markets. So you can see we are going to be that is today we have had time shifts that is now on CHF, euro, and also the pound, the daylight saving time shift. So these sessions are now joining the US. for openings at 10 a.m. So London session will be opening at 10 a.m. New York will be opening at 3 p.m. So tomorrow is on Monday, and tomorrow being on Monday, the high impact news we expect tomorrow will be at 5:30 p.m. there, where we expect the Fed chair to speak. In this case, is not Powell. They have written Powell, but we expect. I guess it's still Powell. Kevin has not yet been sworn in, so it's Powell who will be speaking, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so we will be expecting his speech tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Later, sorry, that is it for tomorrow. So on Tuesday, the important news we have there is GDP on Canada. Um, Month over month, GDP stands for gross domestic product, and it mostly focuses more on imports and exports. Yeah, then at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, we will expect George's job opening. George's job opening, the other day I explained to you what it is, so you can refer to your notes. So in this case, previous was at 6.9 million. There is high probability that this time we are going to have an actual greater than the forecast. The forecast here is at 6.9 million. So we can have maybe a 7 million or above 7 million. So let's wait and see what happens. On Wednesday, the most important news we will be having in the US will be at 3:15. That is now the ADP non-farm employment change. The previous data was at 63k. Expectation this time is at 42k, so I can expect an actual greater than the forecast, which is a good news for the dollar. So that means we can expect a bullish dollar index. At the same time, that is not at the same time, but 15 minutes later, we will be having the core retail sales, of the US. You can see previous was at 0.0%. Expectation this time is an increase, so I can as well expect an increase, which is a positive news for the dollar. So on Wednesday, while we'll be having the release for this news, I can expect the dollar index to be bullish. That is on Wednesday. Yeah, so if the dollar index is going to be bullish, things like gold, GBPUSD, EURUSD, I can expect them to be on sales. So let's wait and see how things are going to unfold. Later in the evening, that will be at 5 p.m., we are going to have the ISM manufacturing PMI. Previous was at 70.5. Expectation this time is an increase to 73.6%. So when you look on the US manufacturing industry, you can see the production has been quite high. So we can expect an actual greater than the previous, And as we said the other day, that if the actual is above 50, that shows we are going to be experiencing an expansion. And when there is expansion, this is good news for the dollar. While a reading below 50 is a sign of contraction, which is bad news. And as you can see previously, it was at 70.5, which is already above 50. So this time around, we expect a reading above 50 as well. So if that is to happen, the dollar is going to continue being bullish. On Thursday, we are going now to have the weekly unemployment claims. That will be at 3:30 p.m. In the previous week, the reading came out at 210,000. Expectation this time is at 212,000. So we can expect a reading below that. So actual less than. actual less than forecast, which is good news for the dollar as well. So all the fundamentals analysis we have seen so far, they all favor the US dollar. So you can expect this week to see the dollar index being bullish. Again, on the same day, that is Thursday, we are going to have two bank holidays, that is in the New Zealand and also in Austria. So when we have bank holidays, the currencies tends to be moving very slow or tends to consolidate. So if you trade those currencies, kindly better avoid trading. On Friday, we have an holiday. On Friday, we have an holiday. It's a Good Friday, so it's an holiday. And you can see on CHF is going to be an holiday. In the Euro, German bank holiday. On the pound is going to be a bank holiday. Canada is going to be a bank holiday. But in the US, we are going to have NFP. We are going to have NFP. And as you can see previously, NFP, the actual was at negative 92,000. This time around, I expect an actual greater than previous. And there is also high probability that we can have an actual greater than the forecast. So in the coming NFP, I'll be expecting a bullish dollar index. I'll be expecting a bullish dollar index. For the unemployment rate, I can expect a drop either to a 4.3, 4.2 or a 4%. So it will depend on the magnitude or the momentum. So if the market drops from 4.4% to 4%, and gold is going to sell, it can give a very long sell during that time. Yeah, so that is it. So in the coming weekend, New Zealand dollar, that's when it's going to be having a shift to the daylight saving. Also for our Australian dollar, it's when it's going to be shifting. We are going to be have a shift to the daylight saving. So yeah, so that is it for the economic calendar, guys. That is it for the economic calendar. So now let's go to technical analysis. Let's go to technical analysis and see what we can expect from the charts. What we can expect from the charts technically. That is it. So let's see what we can expect from the charts technically. So let's see how things are. Let's see how things are on this side. Let's see how things are on this side. So this time I had this setup on gold. The market dropped perfectly. Yeah, so this is the one I shared in the group. This is the one I shared some times back there because of the day. So let's start our analysis from the dollar index, as it's going now to give us the direction. And as you can see, the previous week, the analysis we had, we expected the dollar index to drop to this zone. The market came to the zone, and you can clearly see the market is going up. You can clearly see that the market is going up. You can clearly see the market is doing a good job. It respected our analysis very well. The market respected our analysis very well. So guys, just a minute please. So we can proceed. We can proceed. So we were on the DXY. We were talking on the DXY. So When you look on the DXY, that is on the 4 time frame, you can see that the dollar index is trying to form an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So there is a probability that the market will first go up, then hit our level, come back down to this zone, and then we can continue buying. So I'm still bullish on the dollar index. I'm still bullish on the dollar index, but we will expect a pullback on it. So I'm not going to do a full analysis on the DXY as everything is well with it, unless there's anyone with a different view on the dollar index or a question on it. So that's what we can expect from the dollar index. And guys, I believe on Monday you saw the post I shared on when Trump talked about the meeting they had with the Iran government over the weekend, and you saw how market acted crazy on Monday. You can see this sharp drop on oil. It happened on Monday. This long drop happened on Monday. So yeah, so we can have an analysis on USL. So, and as I've just mentioned earlier, is that when you check well, you will see that the conflict seems to be coming back. So let's wait and see. So I have marked this. I have marked that high at $128. $128 per barrel. I've marked that high. That is on weekly time frame. Don't forget. That's on weekly time frame. Don't forget. So when you look on weekly time frame, the market seems to be forming an inverted head and shoulders. The market seems to be giving out an inverted head and shoulders. So on weekly time frame, I have nothing much to talk about there. Let's see how daily time frame looks like. Coming to daily time frame, whatever the market is doing, it's forming kind of a continuation pattern, whereby you can see that the market left. There's a lot of liquidity over here. When the market went up and then it made this pullback, it left a lot of liquidity to be cleared. So we expect this market to keep going up, of which we can expect the market to drop a little bit before it continues going up. So if that one is to happen, we have a very strong zone over here. So oil might drop to this level, and then continue going up. That one is going to depend on how the market opens. Don't forget, it's going to depend on how the market opens. So let's wait and see how the market opens tomorrow. We are on the daily time frame. That's the view on the daily time frame. Let's see on 4 time frame. Maybe if the market got something different. Let's see whether 4 time frame has something different. So coming to 4 time frame, you will see that we have a lot of buy side liquidity. Towards where the market is at. There is a lot of buy side liquidity, and also on the other side we have a lot of sell side liquidity. But in this case, we are going to have our focus on the. We'll focus more on the buy side liquidity. We will focus more on the buy side liquidity since that's where the market is approaching. Since that's where the market is approaching. So we can expect this market to give a little drop. You can expect the market to give a little drop, and then you can look for buys. You can look for buys on the USOIL, and by so doing, actually, the market will have given an inverse head and shoulders. By so doing, the market will have given inverted head and shoulders. By so doing, the market will have given inverse head and shoulders. I don't know whether you can see it. So this is it. We will have a shoulder there. We have an head in form of a double bottom. The market goes up and then gives a drop where it gives now the right shoulder. So this is what you can expect. You can expect something like this on USOIL on the 4-hour time frame. That is 4-hour time frame, right? An inverse head and shoulder with a double top and a retest at the neckline. So we have something of that sort. So that is it on the US oil. Let's check on GBPUSD. For GBPUSD on Monday, when the market opened, it dropped directly to our TP. We had placed a sell, the market dropped to our TP. That was 83 pips, which was very nice. So now, if you check on the current market, we can expect the market to continue selling. You can expect the market to continue selling. Currently, the market is at a support, yes. Currently, the market is on this support, of which that one is already been taken care of on the weekly time frame. So, coming back on the daily time frame, we can now shift it to this one. We can take it now to where we have that imbalance of fair value gap, that one. So we expect this market to keep on dropping. We expect this market to keep on dropping, but before then, we can expect the market to give a little buys for a pullback. Then we can continue selling. So let's see where we can possibly get that entry. So if the market respects the current price and then it goes up back to this zone, we can look for sales from that area to this strong support zone. So let's wait and see how the market opens. Normally very crucial. So if the market opens and respects that zone, we will be happy. So let's wait and see what happens. So if that one is to happen and the market plays out well, that's going to be 108 pips. 108 pips. If you have a good account, you end up with a lot size of 1, that is 10. 106 times 10, let's say that is around $1080, $1,080. That's a good amount for a week. So you can even maybe get it in 3 days. Yeah, so that is it on GBPUSD. USDJPY. Let's see what's happening on UJ. So on UJ, what happened last week? We expected the market to come to this level and then buy, but the market did not respect our setup, so we were taken out. And then the market followed our bias. The market went up. So for the first entries, the market still on. The first entries we had, everything is alright. So this coming week, I can expect a pullback. I can expect the market to give a drop back to this broken resistance. Initially it was a resistance, but now it's a support. So I can expect a pullback to that level, and then from there I can expect the market to continue going up. You can expect the market to continue going up. Remember, both sentiments and also fundamentals are confirming the same, and also now coming to technicals, we can see the same thing. So let's wait and see what happens when the market opens. Let's wait and see. So that's what I can expect on UJ. That's what I can expect on USDJPY. So guys, allow me to do the last one, which is now gold. Allow me to do gold. XAUUSD. Allow me to do gold. Allow me to do gold. So for gold, you can see what we had initially. We expected the market to break out of this, come to the zone, and then keep dropping, which the market broke out of the zone and then it dropped. For the analysis we had last Sunday, let me see whether I can spot it. This was the analysis. We expected the market to come back to this zone, of which it went up, yes, but it did not touch the zone exactly. But first the market came down to a point of interest, and then it gave a pullback. So yeah. So we can now have a fresh analysis on gold. So guys, something else to remind you that we are on the last week of the month. And you know how the market behaves. Like now, in the previous week, you can see how the market did, or how the market traded. We have the low there, and then we have the high of last week over here. Now, see how the market closed. Look at this candlestick. When you see this kind of candlesticks, in most cases we say there's indecision in the market. First, the sellers were strong, so they pulled the market down, and then at a point, probably because of this order block, buyers got strong. They started pulling the market back up. So the market is still undecided on what to do next. So let me mark this one. Let me mark this order block over here. Let me mark it with it was tapped, and then the market reaction market tapped on it, and then it reacted from there. So after that one, the next point of interest will be on this fair value gap. Will be on that fair value gap. So in case we continue selling, that 780 will be our prior point of interest. So this is weekly time frame. This is weekly time frame, and you can see in the recent weeks the market has been very bearish, and it had formed a double top pattern, the M formation. Market had formed an M formation, dropped to this level. You can see it pulled back, so we can expect maybe in the opening market to give a little buy, and then we expect the sales to continue. Let's see whether daily time frame has more information. Let's see whether daily time frame has more information. So on daily time frame, this is how it looks like. So on Friday the market closed bullish, so there's high chances that the market will just open bearish, keep on selling. Let's wait and see how it opens. Let's see how it opens. Now when you come to 4-hour time frame, you can see that the market is forming a continuation pattern. The market is forming a continuation pattern that is on H4. The pattern is clear. It is a bearish flag. We have a bearish flag on the H4, of which inside the bearish flag there is a possible bullish flag as well. So we will see that, because if you look on the market, you will see that the market formed kind of a double bottom over here, and then it went up. Then when you go to 1 hour, you will see this one is a possible flag, which might push the market up to this. So the market will take out the high of last week before we can look for sales. So if the market is to take out the high of last week, this is the now point of interest we are going to have. This is the point of interest we are going to have. That is the high probability trade that I can have. So let's wait and see what happens. Let's see 1 hour. Let's see on 1 hour time frame. So when you come to 1 hour, you will clearly see this. You will clearly see this one. On 1 hour, you will clearly see this one. So on H1, you will see that the market went up, then it started correcting, and then the market formed an inverted head and shoulders somewhere here. You can see this is an inverted head and shoulders. Then the market went up, and how the market closed on Friday, it closed bearish on 1 hour. So you can expect the market to give a little drop back to retest at this order block, and then we can continue going up to now our point of interest. So market open, I can expect this market to drop back to this level. I can expect the market to drop back to that level, and then from there we can look for buys. Let's confirm something here. Let's confirm something here first. Let's confirm something. Okay, so when the market dropped here, it did not touch the 50% of this FVD. So we will have to watch both the 50% and the 100% of this FVD. We'll have to watch the reaction there. So we expect the market to drop and then go up before we can look for the long sales on it. And there's a probability the market might turn at this 50%, as you can see on 30 minutes. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. So it might come to this and then go up. By so doing, the market will have given us a bullish flag. The market will have given us a bullish flag on 30 minutes, which will as well be visible on 1 hour time frame later. Or the market comes to the 100% of the imbalance as well, and then we can look for a buy. The market comes to this. These are very strong demand level. Then we go up before we can look for those long sells. So that's the first move I expect in the coming week or in the opening of the week. So I first expect this kind of a move. Yeah, so that's my take on gold. That's my take on gold. In case you have a different view, guys, kindly you can just unmute your mic and let me know in case you have a different view. Remember, we have a lot of liquidity here. We have a lot of buy side liquidity over here, so we can expect the market to come up, grab that liquidity, and then from there we can look for long sales. Also when it comes to NFP time. So that is it from me. That is it from me on the weekly market forecast. If there's anyone with a different view, you can let us know. If there's none, what about the higher highs and higher lows? So higher highs and higher lows, which pair are you talking about? Is it gold? And if it's gold, at what time frame is it? What time frame are you talking about if it's gold? Kindly let me know. Kindly let me know so that we can have a look on it before we end the session. Let me know before we end the session.